Hello, Wilson. Wilson, are you, man? You there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Professor,
Can you hear me?
what? Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Perfect, man. Perfect. How are you, man?
And what's the topic today for the class?
We have a couple of topics.
Las calificaciones de 150 en 90, solo porque un audio.
We have modal verbs, of course, modal verbs. Good. Have to versus must. Good. And we're gonna keep reading. We're gonna keep reading the the article about diets that we had last week. I don't think we finished it, so we can use we can read a little bit more. And let me see. I have it here. Okay. And we have I have an assignment. I have an assignment for you. Okay. I have an assignment. A writing assignment. Okay. For the next class, of course. Okay, but we're gonna talk about it a little bit, and we check the the grammar mistakes, the spelling, things like that, man. That's
¿Usted le envió esta dirección? ¿Por qué le envió? No, sí, yo le copié el inglés directamente. No, en verdad es lo que tiene que hacer. ¿Es el que publica? Es
possible that you can get it a little bit quieter there, because it's very noisy back there in your site. Yeah, it's very noisy. I mean, I think someone is speaking very loud around you.
No, está lento mi internet.
Okay. How are you? How are you? How was your weekend?
Era el internet que no tiene el internet. Eso es lo que uno ve por fuera. Profe, muchas gracias.
Don't worry. Just yeah, that's what we have to work with. Don't worry. We'll make it through. We're gonna review a little bit about the verb to be. Sorry, the ability modal verbs. Okay, so you ready? Because I don't think anyone else is signing in. Okay, just trying to confirm if the other students are coming in because I don't know. I don't think they are. Okay, Wilson. I'm just gonna share my screen and we're gonna start doing the exercise. You can speak. Also, the internet is very slow. Don't worry about the internet is always pretty crappy. So we have to deal with it. We have to work with it. We'll make do. So I'm just gonna share my screen for you, and I'm gonna share you a um, small. Okay. Let me see. Okay, a small exercise about uh, able to and be able to. Okay. Okay. So do you remember the difference between can, could, and able to? Do you remember them?
Yes, Professor, I remember. Of
Okay.
them.
Yeah. Okay. So let me see if I have can and could.
There is forever noise in this
Don't worry,
place.
man. It's not your fault. Place. Don't no, don't worry. A couple, no problem, man. If you don't, I don't mind the noise, man. I don't mind the noise. So you can unmute the whole thing, no problem, man. I don't mind the noise. Um, let me see. Just can could keep noise. Sorry, I just have a small problem here. Okay, found it. No, 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 no. Yeah, let's open it with this. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna share. I'm just gonna share. I'm just gonna share another image. Before the whole thing. Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna stop this one. I'm just going to share it now. Okay. Did you see it? Next slide. Okay. So can be used for general abilities. Okay. So general ability in the present. Okay. General abilities in the present. I can't speak English. Asking for permission. Okay, asking for permission. Request. Can I borrow your pen, please? Request. Can you help? And a possibility. I can get very cold. This one is very important. We'll see it in the further lessons. I offer. This one is also like the same. You can use them to offer your help. I can Okay, this one is very important because it's a way in like uh, you can deny permission for something. Okay, to say that something is not allowed or permitted. Okay, now we have general goods for general abilities in the past. Okay, so it's different. Okay, I could play the piano when I was younger in the past. Okay, we talked about that in the last class. We talked about that in the last class. Asking for permission, more polite. You can ask for permission in with this one also. Okay, you can ask permission with this one. Okay. Okay, you can ask for permission with can and could, and both are really like polite. Like, can I borrow your pen, please? Can I go to to the bathroom, please? You can request something with can or could, so both are permitted. Both are very good ways to do it. Okay, so request. Okay, you can talk about possibility. So it's actually very good for possibility in the future. Very important, not in the past, in the future. And you can actually make a suggestions with this. Okay, we could go to the movies if you like. Okay, that's second condition. Conditional of can. If well, this one is not yet to be seen. Okay, so I'm just gonna. Hello, Majerly. How are you? I hadn't see you. Really?
Hello, teacher. God bless you.
Thank
Please
you.
excuse me for my delay. I was working and I going running. Hi, Wilson. God bless you.
Hey, there you go. I missed you in the last class, man.
Oh yeah, excuse me.
No, no problem. I just missed you. It's not a big problem, but I really missed you. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop this. I'm just gonna share again we're gonna practice a little bit um, the models for ability. Okay, so we're gonna start with the first sentence. So you may have to choose between can or the negative can't, could or the negative couldn't, and the conjugation, the needed conjugation of be able to. So you know that is usually we use was were for past, and it's for very specific when you use it in affirmative. I was able to win a competition when I was young. So it was a very specific accomplishment. It was a very specific it was a very specific achievement. Okay, so when you do something, you can say I was able to do it. Okay, you use could. You use could when it's general. It's a general ability in the past, and it's not specific. It's non-specific, and that's it. Both these both was were able to and could. They talk about the past, and they usually don't have any difference when you're talking about questions or negative sentences. But when you're talking about affirmative sentences, there are a couple of differences. If you say could, you usually talk about general abilities. I could play the piano, I could play football, I could swim very fast. But when you use was where, you are talking about a specific things that you managed to do in the past. Like for example, I could swim very fast, and I was able to win a competition when I was 6, for example. It's a very specific and it's a very specific fit, a very specific a fit is una okay, let me write it for you. Fit. Okay, so it was something that you really did. It's an accomplishment, an achievement, something very specific. Okay, Let's start with the S1. So majorly first is the first sentences, the first exercise. What do you think is the right verb or the right conjugation? What would it be the right sentence?
Well, teacher, I think that is cool.
Could.
Could you? Yeah.
Okay, a couple of problems with that answer is this one. Okay, you have to, and you know that you cannot use prepositions between the modal and the okay,
Between what?
between the modal and the main verb. Like you cannot say I could to visit is incorrectly
Mm,
grammatically. Okay, so this is one of the problems, and the second problem is when you were on holiday is a very specific situation. So it's asking about a specific situation, okay,
okay, scan.
specific time. Okay, so in this case, it would be able to in past. Okay, so for these two reasons, for the two here, and for and because it's talking about a specific situation in the past. Okay, so. So what about how do you think would be the correct sentence then?
Are you able to visit your aunt?
Is present or past?
Okay. Yeah, pass.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay,
I
love.
am lost. Excuse
No worries,
me.
no worries, no worries, love. This is very tricky. I still make mistakes with this. So don't worry, it's a little bit tricky. Okay, so the correct sentence would be
Yeah.
were
Mhm.
you able to visit your aunt when you were on holiday? So that's a little bit more specific in that sense. Okay, in general terms, you can use the preposition to guide yourself. You find to in this kind of exercises which are not based on in real life challenges in speaking, but if you find to visit or to plus the infinitive, they usually goes with be able to. Okay. No problem. Wilson, can you do the second? Can you do the second for me?
Can, cannot,
Cannot. Very
that's
good.
the
Can
verb.
you give me can you give me the full sentence?
Cannot,
Okay. Full sentence, my friend. Give me the full sentence. Okay. Is it true with the
is it true
intonation?
that cats cannot swim?
Very good. Is it true that cats cannot swim? Okay. Um yeah, that's perfect, man. It's talking about present, so you use can. It's talking about present simple because it's a general affirmation or question in this case. So we use can in this case. Very good. Yeah, okay. Mayerly, number 3.
I don't know.
Okay. What do you think it'd be? I mean, make it sound in your head, and just say it. Okay. As you think it is. Don't worry. As you think it is.
Okay, I think that is can.
Very good. Excellent. Can you give me the full sentence?
Yeah, a camel can live for 8 days without water.
Without water. Very good. Excellent. A camel can live for 8 days without water. Is it present or past? It's present, so you should use can. Okay. Use can or is able to, but the rule says if you can use can, And I mean, if you can choose between the two, you may lean to the modal verb to can. Okay, so is very good. A camel can live for 8 days without water, and I think it's a very good affirmation. You are really good at last. Okay, excellent, Majorly. Wilson, number 4.
For Frank, I pardon. Frank was able to go around the world when he won the money of the lottery.
Perfect, my friend. Uh, excellent. Wilson, can I bother you?
Frank
Can can I bother you to make that sentence? Can you repeat it?
uh,
Frank.
was able to Frank was able to
Okay, Frank was able to.
Frank was served
Okay. Yeah, very good. Very good. Can you repeat the full sentence? Can you repeat the full sentence? Wilson, can you repeat the full sentence?
Frank was able to go around the world when he won the money on the lottery.
Perfect, man. Perfect. Excellent. Excellent pronunciation. Thank you. Very effective. Okay. Go on. Okay. Excellent. Excellent, Wilson. Okay. For two reasons. Okay. So once again, we find the two. So we need to use was able to. But also the other reason is because he's talking about in a specific situation here. Okay. When he won the lottery, it's a specific situation that happens to. It's a particular achievement. He was able to go around the world because he won the lottery he won the money on the lottery. Okay, so for these two reasons, you would be using was able to. Okay, excellent, very good, Wilson. Jerly, the next one.
Ah! It is not used. I'll never be able to use a computer.
Perfect, excellent. It is no use. I will never be able to use a computer. What do you think this expression means in Spanish, or what do you think it means? It's no use.
No se puede usar
I don't
Which
know.
no, Wilson. Very good. No, no problem. It's kind of tricky. Wilson, do you know what that expression means? Is no use?
no se puede usar.
No. Actually, it actually comes from use as there is no point. It meant he meant uh, in Spanish. The best I can translate it without losing the intention of the sentence, it would be like, no tiene caso. Nunca podré usar un computador. No tiene caso. It's no use. I can't. It's pointless. Uh, it's no use. It's useless. Okay. I will never be able to use a computer. I think the best translate. No problem, man. I think the best translation would be no tiene caso, right? Okay, or no hay caso. I don't know how you want to. Okay, it's a very strange uh, British expression. I think I found it in American English too, and it means like there is no solution in a particular situation. Okay, number six. Number, oh my god, what I did. Okay, there you go. Okay, number six, Mayerly.
Mm. Can we keep a crocodile as a pet, please?
Very good. Crocodile. Crocodile.
Ay, Dios.
Okay. Can we keep
Yes.
a crocodile as a pet? Very good. Are you sick, Mayerly?
A little.
A little bit. So
Yeah.
was I. So am I. So am I. I'm a little bit sick. That's why I canceled so many classes last because I was a bit so so yeah, I got a cold and I had a I couldn't teach the classes because I didn't have voice last in the this week and the last week. I'm feeling better though. Okay, so can we keep? Okay, I'm just gonna share for a moment another slide. Oh my god, another thing, which is this one. Okay, that's the one I was showing you before. Can you tell me which of these situation? Obviously, in that sentence, that person is not talking about is not talking about an ability. Okay, which of these situations, which of these cases, general ability is not general ability in the past, either in the neither in the past nor the present, is not asking, or is it asking permission? Okay, in the sentence, let me do something so we can have a better, just bear with me a little bit. Okay, there you go. Yes, this one. Okay, there you go. Okay, in this case, okay, which of these,
Oh, yeah. This
okay, it took me a while to do it, but yes, I did. Okay, so which of these cases, which of these situations do you think is talking in this sentence? Okay, when I say, can I keep a crocodile? It's not, obviously it's not talking about an ability, because you can't keep a crocodile in, if you want to. You will probably die, but let's see, it's not a problem of ability, so it's not ability we're talking about. Is what is asking for permission, maybe? Is it?
yes.
Yes, asking for permission or to request something. Okay, either I think it's the same, asking for permission or requesting something. You request a permission. So in this case, yeah, it sounds like a little girl trying to get a really old pet. um, but yes, in this case, you can use either can or could, because the only thing that is different is the politeness. Okay, it's more polite when you talk about, when you ask with could. Okay, so could is a little bit more polite, so you can say, could I keep a crocodile, which is a little bit more polite. Or you can use be, you can be more direct, and asked, can we keep a crocodile? Oh my God, it's so difficult to pronounce. Crocodile as a pet. Okay, so in this case, you can use both, can or could. Different is more polite to ask with could. Okay. Um, all right, let's move. Let's move on. Let's let's go back to the. Let's go back to the exercise. Okay. Right. Okay. In the next one, 50 years ago, whose turn is it? Wilson, it's your turn. So, 50 years ago,
50 years ago, you will be able to buy good meal at that restaurant for hundreds esterlinas.
okay, yeah, 5 pounds. You can say. You can say
Ah,
5 pounds.
pounds, 100 pounds,
5 pounds. Hi, Suhei. Sorry, I haven't seen you. So glad to see you. How are you, Suhei?
5 pounds.
5 pounds.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
How are you? How are you? Welcome. Okay. Sorry,
Thank
my
you.
voice is a little bit hoarse, but yeah, I'm trying to make it to the end of the class. Okay, so yes, you make it. This sentence is a little bit difficult. Wilson did it perfectly, so it was a very good, a very good job, Wilson. And it seems that we was able to or could. In this case, both are correct because you can use were or was able to. And it seems okay. I'm just gonna ask you a question. In this case, okay,
To be able
able to or could, it's possible, but why could is possible too. Okay, it seems like I'm just gonna ask you, is this a specific situation or a general situation, a general ability or possibility? Okay, I could buy or I was able to buy a good meal at a restaurant under 5 pounds. Is it general or is it specific? What do you
then
think?
50 years ago you could buy a good meal at that restaurant for 105 pounds.
Okay, very good. 50 years ago, it means it was in the past. Very good. My other question is, my other question is, okay, for example, what do you think is this, a specific situation or a general situation, a general possibility in the past? To hey.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a specific situation.
It seems it's a specific situation because it says
That
that
restaurant.
at that restaurant. Very good, but it's not because it's talking in that restaurant, but in general, like you could buy a good meal at that restaurant, that specific restaurant, but in a general situation all the time. You could have gone every day to buy a good meal under 5 pounds in that restaurant. So in this case is very tricky, and both are possible, but it's very important that you know that could is possible here because it's talking also a general ability. I'm just gonna say this part in Spanish because it's super tricky. This sentence, okay? Dice 50 años, hace 50 años, ok. Ya sabemos que es pasado. Entonces sabemos que podría ser was able or were able to o could. Y como vemos en ese restaurante suena que es, ¿cómo se llama? Que es una situación específica. Pero si lo leen completo, suena como que en ese restaurante se podía comprar siempre una comida, una buena comida por menos de 5 libras. ¿Ok? Entonces es una situación general, era una posibilidad en general que había en ese momento. ¿Ok? Entonces puedes utilizar could or was able to. Was able to, you can use it in any time. ¿Ok? Um, pero sí quería hacer, porque es, wow, no sé, cuando la primera vez que hice me tocó revisar muy bien la respuesta, si no sabía por qué, si decía que era en el ir a comprar una buena comida y en la oración lo que quiere dejar o lo que quiere el speaker es dejar ver que era muy barato y que ahora es muy caro, tal vez. Es lo que parece ser la intención de la oración. Okay. Anyway, you could buy a good meal at that restaurant for under £5. Okay. So, thank you. I'm sorry. This was tricky. I wish it wasn't, but we're gonna move forward. So, hey, you can do the next one, can't you? Okay. So, hey,
Okay.
number 8.
Okay. Help that old lady across the road. She not see well.
Okay, okay, past or present, the sentence is in the past or in present?
In present.
In present, perfect. Does the lady can see now or in general or just in that moment?
In that moment.
Okay.
Help.
I don't think in that moment. I think she's not seeing well, because she's an old lady. Okay. So I think you could use can. Very good. When you talk about senses and when you talk about general abilities in the present, you can use can. No questions asked. Okay. She cannot see well or she can't see well. Okay, because you can say she is not able to see well, but if you can use can, you must use can. Okay, la regla general dice que en este caso, por ejemplo, puedes utilizar las dos. She is not able to see well or she can't see well. Entonces, pues como en general lo que te dice la gramática es que si las puedes utilizar cualquiera de las dos, siempre te inclinas a usar el modal can en este caso, ¿ok? Entonces, en este caso las dos son posibles porque realmente en presente can y I am able, she's able, or you're able to do something, significan lo mismo. Sino que cuando puedes utilizar can, deberías utilizar can, es lo que dice la gramática. But it's not a strict rule. You can use either, but yeah. In general terms, you can say she cannot see well. It's just more natural to say that. Okay. One thing I wanted to tell you is the writing. When you don't make the contraction can't, in British writing, you usually write cannot as one word, like that. Cannot. Okay, all together, one word. In American writing, sometimes you find it like that. Two separate words, cannot. Okay, I don't think there's nothing against using cannot separated or joint. I tend to use it joint because it seems a little bit more nicer. Okay, usually it only happens with that model. Okay, could not, it would be like that. So it is not a problem. But cannot, usually you leave it as a one word. You leave it together. You leave it joined together. Okay, only that. Only that. On that side note, esa nota, ese comentario acerca de la escritura de ese verbo en negativo. Okay, so cannot. Okay, number 9. Whose turn is it? Mayerly.
Hmm?
He said he was ill, but he um, was able to go and watch his favorite football
Tim. Very good. Excellent. Excellent.
football team.
That's it. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So is the general is past? Yeah, it's past. He said he was ill. Already is talking about the past. He's talking about a specific situation. Yes, on a specific football match. Okay, as on a specific moment, and he handled or he managed to go to watch his favorite football team. Okay. Excellent. Wilson, can you do the last one?
No, you cannot go out tonight.
Excellent. You cannot go out tonight. Is that an ability? Is it talking about an here? What do you think?
Is possibility in the present.
Is it a possibility? It's then like, could it rain tomorrow? It's not a possibility. It's not talking about possibility. What in which context do you think that specific sentence may have come up? Like, for example, can I share the other thing? There you go. Okay, this is a nightmare. I can never do it. Okay, no, you cannot go out tonight. Which of these? Which of these? Okay, which of these cases do you think is this sentence? Okay, ability? No, I don't think it's an ability. Okay, asking for permission is not asking anything. Is it giving permission or denying permission? Okay, is it giving permission or denying permission? Granting. Granting.
Granting permission.
Granted. No, denying. Deny permission. Okay.
Denying
Denying permission.
denying permission.
Okay, so in this one, yes, it just, yeah, go. In the other is denying permission. Okay, no, you cannot go. Okay, when you ask permission to go to a party, you can actually say, "Mom, can I go to the party?" Okay, you would say, "Mom, can I go to the party?" And she could say yes, she could say no. In both cases, they can use can. Okay, One funny thing, you can use could for asking permission, but not for granting or denying. So you wouldn't say, no, you couldn't go to the party. No, it's incorrect. You say, you can't go to the party. You will deny permission, or you will grant permission. You will allow the permission. You will allow the person to go. So you will say, yes, you can go to the party. Okay, that's the two things. You can use could and can for asking permission, but only can, or in this case cannot, to deny it or even to grant it. Okay, so you can say yes, you can go, or no, you can't go. Okay, um, so that's another funny thing about that. We're gonna stop here. I'm gonna share the PDF so you can work at home, and we will finish that in the next sessions. Okay. Let me get cannot the last one. Yeah, very good. Okay.
Teacher,
Yes. Tell me, Suhei.
I need your help for one exercise. It's different, different topic, but I really, really need your help.
Sure.
I need to find. Oh, I'm sorry for my voice. I have a little sick.
Yeah.
Um,
Welcome. Welcome to the club.
yes, today I have to talk a lot, and at work, my student was a bad behavior today.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah.
Yes, I need to find the word in English to this phonetic word. I share on the chat.
Okay.
This is a sound, a phonetic sound, but I can't find the word in English. You
Uh,
know about that, teacher? Can you help me with that?
Candace.
Canvas. It's like a e. Okay, I want to talk. I need to talk in Spanish.
Right.
Es un sonido fonético y debo encontrar la palabra, pero en verdad lo he buscado en el diccionario. Traté de hacerlo utilizando las herramientas que nos habían mandado en la universidad, pero no encuentro cuál es el significado o la palabra en inglés que corresponda a eso, a ese sonido.
Candace. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I'm thinking about it, and I can't seem to place that word. Let me check a little bit.
Ok.
Candace.
Traté de buscar ayuda con el diccionario de Cambridge,
Uh,
pero no.
I think trying to imply the word from a phonetic transcription is really challenging. Because there are like two or three different types of transcription, like types of phonetic transcriptions.
I have one teacher, Thai IPA phonetic system.
Yeah,
It's
but
a tool online,
yeah,
and I write with the letter with this tool, but I can't find the word. I don't know. Candace. I I thought that was a condom, but it's a different word.
is there any context, or they just give you that phonetic sound? Is that in a
No, el ejercicio le escribieron en fonético y yo debo hacer la traducción al inglés.
yeah,
Sonido fonético.
but is there any other context in the word, like it's a sentence, for example?
No, no, solo la palabra, solo el sonido. Incluso hay varios, por ejemplo, system, syllable, mail. It's
Yeah.
in
Okay, so
different words.
So I check the chat because I think Majerli may have find the word condense.
Condense. Let me check on the Cambridge dictionary
Yeah, just go
if that's
for
the
it.
correct,
It makes
if that's
absolute
correct.
absolute sense. Condense. And
Condense. Is the correct pronunciation condense?
condense. Yeah, condense.
Okay, one moment, please, please, please. Condense, condense, condense.
Super difficult exercise, man.
No, it's different. It's different because the can it's a sound like the A. Tiene un sonido con la E al revés al principio y termina en S. Y esta en especial termina en Z y tiene una A al revés.
Okay.
Look, this is the difference. I try to copy.
And it's
This is the phonetic sound for condense. It's different. You know that is different. But it's okay, teacher. Continue with the class. Oh my god.
condense.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check. Yeah, condense. Check that one. It's a name.
Okay,
It's a
it's a
name.
name.
It's a name.
Okay, let me try with the dictionary
The
content.
name, but it has the stress on the first one, which may be yours, and that C sound is very much like a Z sound in the
No
in
me
the
aparece. No me aparece en el diccionario.
yeah. It doesn't
A,
it doesn't show up because it's a name. It's a proper name. It's the name of
a
someone.
proper name.
Like for example, Candace Cameron. It's a famous actress. Um,
Okay. ¿Cómo lo puedo buscar en internet? Voy a tratar de poner sonido fonético para Candace.
Candace.
No, no aparece.
No, it's a name.
It's a name.
It's a proper name. So I don't know. It's difficult, man. I don't know. Just good
Okay.
luck with that. I'll check it out tonight if I can find some
Okay.
other word. But I'm
Yo lo
totally
grabo.
bad at that. Okay, but it's okay. Okay, so let's continue.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna stop with that, and we're gonna have a small conversation about the things that we have to do, and the things that we must do, and I'm just gonna stop sharing these. Okay, good. Okay, so uh, Wilson, I catch you. Sorry, I didn't let you join. Okay, Wilson was joining. Big John.
John,
Okay. Okay, so Wilson, where do you live? Where do you live, my friend?
I live in Pitalito, Villa.
In a house? Do you live in a house? Do you live in an apartment? Do you live in?
Ah, I live in a small house.
You live in a
Oh,
small house.
it's not.
Very. Uh, Majorly, ask him who he lives with. Who he lives with. Majorly, are you there? Majorly, are you there? Okay, I think Majorly is absent for a moment. Suhei, ask him where he lives. Where Wilson lives. Hmm. No, sorry, not where. Who he lives with. Who he lives with.
Okay, Wilson.
Yeah.
Which, okay, what is the question, teacher?
Uh,
Who
uh,
he live
ask
with?
him if he's
Who
yeah.
he
Ask
live
him
with?
if he lives.
Who you? Who you live with? Is the correct question?
Who do you? Who do you live with?
Who do you live with?
Yeah, very good. Wilson, who do you live with? Hmm.
I could live with my father and brother and sister.
Okay. Do you have house rules? Do you have house rules?
House rules.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, the rules. I consider that could be as arrive on time and not
Arrive on time. What else?
um, how people eat at table.
Eat, eat at a or eat at the table. Very good. Excellent. I like that. I like that house rule. It's very good. Okay. Yeah. I'm so tired of eating in my bed. I don't like it. So I didn't. I would love to eat at the table. Okay. Majarli, are you back? Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you, Will.
teacher, I am here. Excuse me. I was doing something so important for my
No
job.
problem. No problem. No problem, man.
Tell me.
So what kind of housing do you have? Do you live in the mission house, in a community house, or do you live in an apartment? How do you live?
Well, actually, I live in a old house
An old house? Great.
in here in down.
Where? Do you live in a big house with in an old house? Sorry, you said in an old house. Who do you live with? Who do you live with?
Well, I live alone because my family live in Aguachica.
Okay, you live alone. Do you have any house rules?
What is house rules?
Yeah, I don't know, rules that you need to follow around the house, like cleaning.
Ah, no, no, I am free.
Free, excellent. Okay, what do you think you must do around the house? Like for example, oh, I must clean the kitchen every day, or I must do the dishes after I eat. Okay. What do you think you need to do? What do you think are your duties
Well,
personally?
I think that the bathroom, I need to clean the bathroom every single Saturday.
Very good.
That is no more.
That is excellent.
Yeah,
Uh, that is like you have to. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So what do you usually do? Okay. For example, how often how often do you think or how often do you call your family?
Every single day.
You yeah.
Yeah, especially with my mom because I need to call her. I don't know, 5 times.
5 times. Okay. That's
Yeah,
Okay, very good, excellent. I don't. I must call my mom. I
Yeah.
if I were a good boy, but I am not, so I don't. Uh, but I must call my mom every day, once a day at least, once a day. But I don't do it. So I don't do it. Yeah. So she doesn't need to. She doesn't ask me to. But yeah, if I were a little bit more conscious and a better person, I must call her. I would call her more often, definitely. Here around the house, I don't have many. We don't have house rules because all the people I live with my girlfriend and my dad, and we all have at some moment in our lives we have lived by ourselves. We have lived alone. So when you live alone, you know what you have to do, and you're very responsible with your own things. So we don't have house rules. Like probably the only house rule is like we have to mop the floor of the bathroom every time we have a shower because usually it's messy. So that's probably the only house rule. Now we must do the dishes. We have to do the dishes after. We don't really do it. Okay, so we don't have house rules, but we have some sort of personal duties. Like for example, I must. Oh yeah, I must. I must. I don't know. I must call my mom. I really feel bad about that. Now you made me feel even worse because you call your mom so often, and I don't. I don't even call her. I think I call her once a week. When there is something important to say. But I should get more. I must be more in contact with her. Another thing that we do here because we think we should is we must eat at a table. We didn't use sorry um, we didn't do it before, but now we're trying to do it. So I think we must eat at a table every time we can. Sometimes we can't, but every time we can, we must eat at a table, which I think is a very good rule. Thank you. That was Wilson's rule. Um, eat at a table. Okay. um, okay. Right. Do you have what in your church, Mayeli? Do you have to what are your obligations with the church, with your mission? You have to go to church, or is it optional? Is it your personal decision, your personal duty, or you have to go to, or you say, "Oh, I must go to church now," because you want to, because it's optional. Is it optional for you?
Yes, teacher, I think the salvation is in I don't know how do you say, it's your decision, and for us it is not an obligation.
Okay, very good, excellent. So you don't say like, oh, I have to go to church. No, I must go.
No, really no. No.
Yeah, because you feel it, because it's in your heart. You want.
Yeah, that is the difference.
Yeah, very good, excellent. That's a very good thing. Okay, thank you, Majerli. What about you, Zuhei? What do you think are your duties in your school? Okay, what do you have to do, and what do you have to do? What are your obligations, and what do you think are your duties personally that you say? Well, for example, okay, friends, let's start with the obligations. What do you have to do uh, in your school? Your job description. What do you have to do as a teacher?
Okay, first, I have um, planned the classes,
Yeah,
prepare the classes,
you have to prepare classes. Very good. Okay.
prepare the classes, and I have to write the different tasks on their notebooks because they can't write.
Okay. Good. Good, good, good.
Um, then I have to do um, um, different activities. Oh my God, what is the word? Um, Maybe do the funny activities or make the class uh, funny, not boring for my student. That
Uh,
is a big rule.
it is a big rule. Like who gave you that rule? Like the school gave you that rule. Like it has to be fun.
No, I think that is better when you do a a different class with activities that your student can enjoy
Yeah. Okay.
because
So yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
they are uh, a little boys and girl, and you have to keep the tension for a long time. I uh, i have to work for 45 minutes in one classroom, and I have 17 students for each classroom, and it's very hard. Today was very hard because sometimes they don't want to color the activities or to participate with um, a good behavior, and you have to say sit down or don't talk, and it's difficult.
Yeah. No, it is difficult. Definitely. Okay. What you said is you must make it you think you must make it um, funny and how do you say entertaining.
Entertainment,
That's the
entertainment.
word.
That's
Okay.
the word that I look for. Entertainment class.
Okay. There you go. I need. Okay. I make a big mess here. Usually I do. Okay. I need to get out of here. Sorry. Just give me a second. I back myself into a corner with this. Oh yeah. I panicked for a second. Technology is so difficult for me. I'm an old man, and this technology gets me crazy. Okay, so yes, um, so you said like you have some duties, like things that you have to do, and there are things that comes within your heart to do it because you think it's a good idea or because you think you must do it. Okay, so let's start with the big difference, or there's not a big difference, but it's a very, very important difference between have to and must. Okay, like for example, Majorly Majorly said that she doesn't have to go. She doesn't have to go to church, but she feels she must go to church, and she does. She goes to church. Okay, so when we use must, it's a thing that you think is your personal duty. Nobody is making you go. Nobody's making you do it, but you think is sensible or is your duty or is your obligation. It's your own sense of obligation. Sorry. And and when you said about have to, when you say have to, it's usually meant someone else is imposing that obligation over you. uh, so like for example, I have to pay taxes. There is no other way. The government make me pay taxes because if I don't, I probably lose something or I'll go to jail. So that is the main difference between have to and must, which have to is a semi-modal verb. It's not a real modal verb. And must is in fact a modal verb. Okay, so for example, Suhei says that she must make her classes funny and entertained, because they need to kids. She must keep sorry, she must keep her kids motivated. Okay, nobody's making just putting a gun to her head and making her make the funniest classes, but she thinks it is her duty to make it funny or to make them funny. Okay. Wilson said that they have to uh, eat at a table, which is good, is a good rule, and usually tends to be above him, like he's a member of his family, and probably his father or his mother or his parents. They said, okay, we are going to eat at the table, and so when someone else, usually a higher authority, someone who is above you, gives that order, or that's like for example in a job, like you can say, oh, I must mm, do some extra work to have an easier week. That's your own sense of duty. You decide that. Nobody's telling you to do that. Nobody's making you do that. It's your own sense of duty or obligation. And like for example, I have to be on time every day. Oh, it's probably company policies, school policies, my boss orders. Okay, someone else is making you do it. So that's the difference, or that's the main difference between must and have to. Usually there is no problem if you use them interchangeably. I mean, if you use have to, no problem, you can use have to or must. But it always must have that nuance, that is your own personal decision, and it's not as strong as have to. Have to is a stronger, it's a stronger expression of obligation in this case. Okay. Now let's talk about those same sentences, those same verbs, but in negative. They change a little bit. Then have to in affirmative is very strong, but when it goes in negative, it loses some strength and actually means that it's not necessary. Like in Spanish, the same translation. Oh, there is a meeting, but I don't have to go. Okay, I don't have to go. It means it's not necessary that I go there. Okay, so it's very soft. It means you don't need to. There is no need. And then on the other hand, must, in which in affirmative is a little bit mild. It's your own sense of, it's an opinion about an obligation. But in negative, it becomes a prohibition, and it's very strong when you say, oh, you mustn't go there, or you mustn't go out with that boy. Something like that. I sound like a parent now. uh, so that kind of thing. So mustn't implies prohibition, as well as can't. It seems like prohibition, or denying permission usually also. And let's talk about that one. For example, as as a kid, they banned you from doing something. They forbid they forbade you from doing something. Did they forbid you from doing something? Suhei, the question is for you, Suhei. Did they, when you were a kid, were you forbidden from doing something? Like your mom said, you can't, or you mustn't go out with that boy, or you mustn't go out to parties. There was any prohibitions when you were a kid? So were there any prohibitions when you were a kid, Suhei?
I have all the provisions from the life.
So
My mother,
you have
my mother, don't go. Okay, let me think the word. I don't have any permission for anything.
Okay, they didn't allow you. You can say allow. They didn't allow you to do anything. Okay,
No, when I was at the high school, I can or I could is the correct word. I could
I could. Yes, I could.
I could go to the parties, or I could go to the house of my partners
Okay, good.
because I lived with my stepfather.
You live with the stepfather. Good.
Stepfather and was a difficult relation, and I don't like make trouble.
Okay.
For that reason, I stay at home. I only um, went to the school and then returned to my house. Is the
Okay.
correct word en past, teacher? Solo iba a la escuela y regresaba a la casa
I just went to school and came back.
and
Yeah.
came back
Or
to my
return.
house.
I returned home. Okay. Yeah,
When
it is the correct.
when
That's
when
simple.
I was to do a task or activity, my partners came to my house
Okay.
sometimes, or I prepared or did my homework alone,
Okay.
and that was my life, a boring life.
No, it was not boring, man. Just yeah, different. Just like you have yeah. Well, I don't know. When I was a kid, I had some really stupid prohibitions. Like they, for example, they didn't let me out to play. My my grandmother always. I was raised by my grandmother, so she always was a little bit overprotective uh, to me or with me actually, and she didn't let me out anywhere. She's like not by myself, and she didn't let me out to play football in front of the house. She was always scared about me being run over, having an accident, and I don't know. It's difficult to raise someone else's child, and I understand that. But yeah, she didn't let me do much. I didn't have real provisions, but yeah, they didn't open the door for me. So I couldn't. I was locked in most of the time in my when I was young. uh, then my mother my grandmother, we had like some sort of falls. You don't say falls, like small cascades in Villeta, and it's very fun. Usually when you're a boy, you go there, you have a shower, you have a bath there, and you, you take a dip in these places. It's like small, they were like small natural pools, so it was super funny, and you had to actually climb half of the mountain to get there. Super fun. And my and my hey Kenner, how are you? And my grandmother never let me go there. She
Hi,
always,
teacher.
how are you? She only told me, you
Fine, thank you.
mustn't go there. You mustn't go there because you can drown. That was her whole fear, that I would drown in those cascades, in those falls. They're really small. They're just risks. It was a little bit risky to go there. Anyway, she didn't allow me to go there, and so like I have a lot of things that I couldn't do when I was a kid because yeah, they didn't let me. Definitely, I mustn't. Now I don't have nobody, you know, ban me or forbid me anything, mainly because I work by myself. I don't have a boss basically. So in my work I must do a lot of things, but I don't really have to do many. I have to be on time. That's what usually my clients demand from me. So I think my clients can, my students can actually have some sort of authority over me, because they pay for classes, so they have that right to demand good service, being on time. So I have to be on time. I have to be presentable. I have to be presentable. I have to be on time. I have to have my classes ready, and personal obligations that I think, the personal duties, like I think I must prepare more uh, visual material. I want my classes to be more visual, more fun, more entertained. I agree totally with Suhei. The classes need to be, they must be entertained and funny, or fun. It's not funny, but at least fun. Okay. And so to get people engaged and motivated. So that's the thing. You use must when you think is your own is your personal sense of obligation. Have to is a stronger version, sorry, is a stronger version of obligation. Usually is imposed by someone with authority, and it's someone who is above you, the government, your boss, the school policies, the company policies, that kind of authority. Okay, that's the main difference. Where I'm gonna show you a small small exercise. If you give me 1 second, I'll get it ready. Just give me 1 second. That's the other exercise. I'm just trying to find the other. Ready? Okay, there you go. I think it's that one. What happened? There you go. Okay. Can you see it a little bit? Okay. So I'm just gonna show you a couple of some pictures, and you should be able to choose between between have to, don't have to, or doesn't have to, or mustn't. Okay, so remember, have to, obligation. Must is an obligation too. Don't have, it means is not necessary, and mustn't is the way you forbid something, or you prohibit something. Okay. Okay, so in the first one, in the first picture. Okay. Ooh, okay, Majerli, what do you think in the first picture? Okay, sorry, that is answered. Okay, so in the first picture it says keep off the grass, which literally means mantente, no pises el pasto, o mantente fuera del pasto, fuera en el sentido de no hacer contacto, so not making contacts. Okay, remember, on means contact, off means your separation. Okay, so please don't step on the grass, or keep off the grass. You mustn't walk on the grass. Okay, so it's is a prohibition, it's a ban. Okay. Okay, sorry, it's not the next one. Okay, so Majerli, the second one. Okay, what do you think is that one? Okay, can you read this sign? I'm just gonna make it bigger, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what do you think is that one?
Teacher, I couldn't see the
The
end. I
sign.
don't know the
Okay, and here.
Yeah.
Okay, good, excellent. Okay, so what do you think it is?
Um, you mustn't keep
You
your duck.
okay, but look the keep your dog on a lead or lead is una correa. Okay, so you must or you have to. What do you think it is? Is it a personal opinion? Okay, if you say I must keep my dog on a lead, it means it's your personal decision, it's your personal sense of duty. But in this case, I think it's your obligation because it says here is probably the park policies or the park rules. So in that sense, you must use which is the correct one.
Must.
Okay, must. But when you use must in affirmative, when you use must in affirmative, it means it's your personal decision. Is it your personal decision?
No.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Um, have to. You have to keep your dog
On a lead. Very good. You have to
on a
keep
leash.
your dog on a lead because it's someone else is decided that that is the rules of the park.
Mm,
Okay. It's a
okay.
little bit
Yeah.
tricky. Don't worry. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. To the next one. I think this one is good. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Yes. Number 3. Kainer, how are you, man? I know you missed a little bit of the class, but what do you think is the correct one here?
What is the question?
What is okay? So here is a guy. Kainer, can you see my screen? No, you can't. Kainer, can you see my screen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, can you see the picture here?
Yes, teacher.
Is a guy walking, probably a tourist or someone in a museum or a gallery. I think it's a gallery. Okay, so what do you think is the correct sentence here? Must, have to, don't have to.
Nunca tu papá. Sí.
Hoy es 27.
Okay, what do you think it is? Kaina, how would you say that? In Spanish
You
speaking,
mustn't
you mustn't. Very good. Okay, so you mustn't take
take
photographs.
photographs.
Exactly. Very good.
Take.
Mustn't. You can use mustn't because it's a prohibition. Okay. So it's confusing because in affirmative, must is just like your personal decision, but in negative, it's really strong and means is not allowed, it's prohibited or it's forbidden. Okay. Very good, Kaina.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, mate. Let me move backward. Sorry, downwards. No. Okay. Wilson, my friend, haven't heard your voice in a while. So, okay,
Yeah.
Wilson, what do you think is the correct one? Where is he? This person is in a library.
You must be quiet in the library.
Yeah, but when you say I must do something, it's because you think is you personally think is correct. But in this case, I don't think the library gives you much of an option. Okay, so remember, must is your personal decision, is your personal sense of duty or obligation, and have to is an obligation from someone else. In this case, the library. Okay, so what do you think is the correct sentence?
Must be quiet in the library. Must.
Nope, it's not.
No.
It's not the correct one. Okay, so because the library set the rules, are the rules of the library. These are the rules of the library. Okay, these are the rules of the library.
Sure.
Then you have to be quiet in the library.
Excellent, excellent, my friend. Remember, rules, regulations, policies, they usually imply that someone else is giving it. Very good, Wilson. Excellent, man. Um, let's move on to the number 5, which is Suhei's turn. Yeah, is it Suhei's turn? Okay, Suhei.
Okay. You mustn't
Yes.
smoke here. Smoke in here.
Excellent. Perfect. Yeah, you mustn't smoke here. Okay. You mustn't smoke here. That's perfect. Let's finish this. Okay. This one is interesting. Okay. All right, number 6, Mayerly, you only get the tricky ones. It's not like
Yeah.
you always get the tricky ones. Okay, so modern modes is like the, I don't know, the name of the store, of the clothing store. Okay, so please browse. What do you think browse means? What do you think browse means?
Browse. Um, I don't know.
Browse mean, do you know the browser? Like Google is a browser, an internet browser. Okay, it's a search.
Echar un vistazo.
Yeah, very good. It's just like it's not looking thoroughly to see something. It's doing something not in detail. Okay, so you can go and have a look, casually, not in detail, or yeah, it means not in detail. Like browse through the clothes, or browse through the list. Echale un vistazo. Very good. No purchase. What is a purchase? Charlie, what do you think is a purchase?
Comprar.
Yeah, purchase.
But I am not sure.
Right? No, it's correct. It's to buy. It's a fancy word for buying. Okay. Can you repeat that word for me?
Which?
Purchase.
Purchase.
Again? Yes, it's a
This
tricky word.
yeah, this is difficult. Wait. Purchase. I
Purchase.
don't
No,
know.
that's fine. That's fine. That's good enough. Okay, so very important is never purchase. It's a very common mistake. People pronounce it purchase, and it's not. Okay, so it has the stress on the first one, purge, and the second one is like like an open A, purchase. No, it's like an open E. Sorry, purchase. Okay.
Purchase.
Purchase. Okay, so people tend to read it purchase, and with the stress in the second one it's not. Okay, the stress is in the first syllable, and the second syllable is pronounced chess. Purchase. Okay, so no purchase necessary. So what do you think that means? How would you translate that in Spanish, Majeli? Tricky, huh?
Yeah. Why
So
me?
sorry, it's just luck. It's your luck, man. you get the tricky ones, but good. Okay,
Mm,
what do you think it means? In Colombia, they always the sellers or the salesperson is always tell you, okay, entra y mira sin compromiso, sin compromiso de compra. All right.
that is
So
the
yes. Okay. So please browse,
ah,
come look in. You don't need to buy anything. You just come and look. Okay. Mira sin
okay.
compromiso. All right. So
Interesting.
so what do you think? What do you think would be the correct sentence here? Okay. You
Uh, okay. You don't have to buy anything.
perfect. I love you, mate. Excellent. We don't have to buy anything. It implies not necessary. Implies that the necessity is not needed. It's not placed there. Very good. Excellent. Usually people get that wrong, so I'm super happy that you didn't. You got it right. Perfect.
Because I remember the rule about anything is just for question and negative sentence.
Oh my God, excellent. That's a good guide. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
Okay.
remember things that I said. Okay. So Kainer, okay, can you see the picture?
I am not here. I am in festival.
In which one? Festival? Are you in a
I
festival?
am in Vallenato Festival.
Oh yeah, good man.
I love it.
That's excellent. I'm so
It's live. Es
yeah.
mentira.
I'm so envious. I'm so envious of you, man. I'm jealous because you are in your. I'm just here sitting in the cold, and you are in the hot weather place with music. Okay, good. Can you check this? Can you read the sign
Closing day
for application?
for
Closing date for
application.
application forms July 23rd. Okay, closing date for I think is for a job position, I guess. Situation vacant. Yeah, I want. Okay, so what do you think is the correct one?
Charlene,
Yeah, what? Which one?
you Charlene saying Charlene. ¿Cómo es? Charlene.
Oh, should. Yeah, very good. But here we're gonna choose between must and have to. So what do you think it is in this case? You must send your application form by July 23rd, or you have to send your application form by July 23rd.
Okay, perfect.
Which one? Have to or must? Personal personal opinion or
How
obligation from a third person, from a third party.
personal or obligation.
Okay, so can you give me the sentence?
What?
Can you say the sentence with the correct verb?
You mm, you don't have to send in your application form
Well,
by
no, it's not
July
by July 23rd, but don't
by
have
July
to means
23rd.
don't have to means not necessary, and I think it's necessary here, and I think it's an obligation. Okay, so what would it be? It's not have to or must.
Must.
Okay, you must
Must.
send your application form by July 23rd. What do you okay, write in the chat box. The rest of the students are gonna write in the chat box what do you think is the correct one. Okay, so
I I can I can write in the chat because because
Yeah, don't
I
worry.
am.
Not you, not you. I can hear you. Majerli, Suhey, and Wilson, you're gonna write in the chat box what do you think. What do you think is the correct answer? Okay, you can answer have to or must. Okay, what do you think? It's must or have to, Suhey and Majerli and Wilson? Write it on the chat box. Okay, so all right, so there is a common agreement that is have to. you you have to send your application form by July 23rd. Yes, because someone else is imposing that rule on you. Excellent. But Kainer may have a point here. If you say must, it also implies that it might be maybe someone is telling you that you must. That is your you should do it. It's your opinion that you must apply for that person. In this case, it depends on how badly you want the job. If you don't want the job, then you can say, "Oh, I must." You must send your application form. It's not obligation, but you might send it. Okay. In this case, I think the correct, in my personal opinion, I think the correct one is have to, but I don't think must. I don't think must is incorrect. Okay. It depends on the situation. It depends on the situation. It depends on how much you need that job. In this case, very good, excellent, very good. Have to is the most suitable answer. Sorry. Okay. And the last one is for Wilson again. Wilson. um, no, so the situation is in a plane and it says no smoking. The no smoking sign is lit. Okay, okay. No smoking sign is lit. Okay, es lit es encendido. Lit es el pasado de lights. Okay, lights has illuminated. Okay, so el letrero la señal que está encendida es la de no fumar. La de fasten your seatbelts is off. Okay? Very important. It's confusing. Okay, so what do you think is the correct one? Or what do you think is the answer here?
You mustn't fasten your stable
You mustn't fasten your seatbelts.
seatbelt.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
think? They are forbidding you from fastening your seatbelt. Te están prohibiendo ajustarte el cinturón. No. Te están prohibiendo ajustarte el cinturón. No creo. I don't think so, man. Okay, yeah. So
Have to. But
have okay. Negative or okay. Can you give me the full sentence? Can you write it?
positive.
Is it possible? You have to fasten your seatbelt, but the seatbelt
Yeah.
but the fasten seatbelt sign is off. El letrero de ajusten sus cinturones está apagado. Luego lo que quiere decir es que no tienen que ajustar. No,
Ah,
not
then you haven't to.
okay. Don't have to. Okay. No, you don't have to. Have it, not have it. You don't have to. Okay.
Don't
You don't have to. Very good. You don't have to. You don't have to fasten your seatbelt. No tienen que ajustarse los cinturones. Okay. You don't have. It's not necessary because the fasten seatbelt sign is off. El letrero está apagado. No es necesario. Okay. All right. So there is a second part in this exercise. We will do it in the next class. And in the next class, I'm gonna give you a written assignment. Okay. So we're gonna start. We're gonna do a written assignment about second conditional. I don't know if you remember a hypothetical situation. So we're gonna talk about a small article, a scientific article that it posts something improbable, but they would say what would happen if that were the case. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask you first a couple of things in the next class, and then you're gonna write what do you think it would happen if that situation is there. The article is a scientific article that says or that explains what would happen if the Earth, the planet Earth, will will spin would spin backwards. Okay, so a spin, the word spin, girar. Okay, girar o dar vueltas sobre su eje, girar. Okay. Okay, so the article is about what would happen if the world, the world or the Earth spun, if the Earth spun, okay, the Earth spun backwards. Spun is the past. Sorry, I wrote it wrong. Sorry. I'm gonna correct it in a second. My fault. That is the past participle. Is not the past participle. It's just this one. Okay. If the Earth spun backwards. So it's a scientific article that explains what would happen, the world, how would be the world, what kind of phenomena you would expect if that happened. But first you're gonna give me your insights. What do you think it would happen if the Earth spun backwards? Okay. ¿Qué pasaría si el mundo girara en la dirección opuesta? Okay. El artículo habla de qué pasaría en términos de fenómenos meteorológicos, y ustedes primero me van a dar como su opinión de qué creen que pasaría si eso ocurriese, y luego leemos entre todos o les envío el artículo para que lo lean y completan el escrito. La idea es que sea un escrito de más de 140 palabras al menos. And yeah, and we will review some grammar, spell check and things like that. Okay guys, thank you very much. I'm sorry, Kainer, you got so late because it's but you got most of the answers right. Okay, I'm gonna share the two PDF files. I'm gonna share it on the Skype group. Okay, so you can download the scan, the PDFs. Sorry, I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm just gonna share it on the group. Okay, so you can download it. You can work on it. But anyway, we will review it in the next class. Okay, both the have to and must, and also the ability one, can and could be able to. Okay. Thank you very much, Wilson. Sukai, thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining. Majerly, we missed you last time, so I hope I see you next class. Kainer, how are you, man? I think we will have trouble. I think we can start the classes a little bit later, so you can be with us for longer in the next class. I hope that is possible. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you next class on Wednesday, right?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, teacher.
God bless you, man. Have a nice day. Okay, bye, Wilson. Bye, see you Wednesday.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, Sukay. Big hugs.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah.